Hello everybody, it's Jay Brayton here again with another episode of Dominions 5. Let's see what's happened. So, it's been a couple of days for me. So last turn I think was the battle on Star Peaks. So, let's see what's going on there. Battle in New Spring, where we took out the Kalins pretty easily. Bagloth is the one next to Star Peaks, so they've attacked us there. Let's see what's happened elsewhere though. So, Grey Forest, we took out the False Prophet and the Heretics. Just neither here nor there really, because our Dominion's pretty bad. So, Kingdom of Dara we also took, and then Battle in Bagloth. Looks like bad news. We lost in Ataraja, which is annoying. Let's see what happened, or at least an impression of what happened, because we know the battle replays are not 100% true. Well, there's your problem. I have forged but not equipped the Kitha Ironic Lion Belt, which is a problem caused by too much testing, because if I'd have wished for it, which is how I was debug modding a whole bunch of stuff, it would have been straight on him. So I probably should have retreated him and then gone for it. But anyway, that's where we're at. So these ghosts are getting quite killed. Our birds, I think the time where we can set our birds to hold an attack rear is more or less over, I think. This guy's killing a lot of ghosts, but it's just getting carved up. Just getting beaten up by this guy from the side, mainly. I mean, his MR is pretty high, so he's only taking half damage from basically all spectral weapons, but there's a lot of them. He's also not just killing this guy instantly, which he could, although he did mute him, which is good, so that'll reduce his effectiveness somewhat. But yeah, you can see he's just getting worn down by a tide of skeletons. So. Rip the god. 2 dead. Right, okay. So we took out a big concentration of ghosts. And the Harab Seraphim and Caretakers are certainly doing a reasonable job. But yeah, we need to recall our Pretender. And we need to rethink our strategy, I think. Because as I said, the time when we can send people into the back is more or less over. Our guys are just too scared for it. So, is that a new feature? Cool, you can scroll between events using the arrow keys. Very good. So, Grey Forest as new mine and an alien being. Well, that's a weird event I've never seen before. Right. Okay, so this turn, I already have some of the orders set up, I think. So I more or less looked at it and then went, I see, and then here we are. Right, so what's going into here? A whole bunch, no, this hold an attack. Well, I mean, it's one of those, it's a vexed issue because that is still an order we need to use, but I think hold an attack closest is probably more sensible. The ghost can rout, so it isn't that big a deal to try and HP route them through taking out as many ghosts as possible, rather than just going for a big push towards the back line. Presumably Arethea is going to attack me now, which is going to be a great thing to enjoy for everyone, because they've been an absolute pussy about the ghosts all game. So maybe they're in cahoots, maybe they're not, maybe I'm being a conspiracy theorist because I'm being wound up a bit by the fact that no help whatsoever. So, because I mean, I could just take all this shit, it wouldn't even be hard. I'm vaguely tempted to, but it's the Like if you let off for 1 second on this faction, that's just gonna. Because when you look at it, it's got fortresses in like 6-7 provinces. Construction in another one. There's probably construction being done underwater if they can. I forget. So like pretty much every province he's got is going to be forted, which is awful. Who knows? Maybe the Erythraeans are about to go on the offensive. That'd be nice. It's not super likely, but it would be nice. Right, okay, so rather than bleating and moaning, let's come up with a strategy of how to actually win this thing. It's not going to involve any Raptorians, that's one thing. Spyhorn Archers might be the way forward, because once our Pretender comes back, which is something we can do, because I mean, we have a fair amount of mage priests, so it's possible. Yeah, once we get to doing that, and he comes back, we can. Sorry, I'm rambling. He can cast flaming arrows still, and I believe that's been patched in the last version of beta, so that'll be handy. And the more range, because I mean the Spyhorn Archers aren't particularly bad in terms of attack, right? They've got attack 12 on Nice Knife because it has an innate bonus, and the range, although it's length 0, most of the ghosts are also using low length weapons, so it's not going to provoke too many repel checks, right? So I think flaming arrows plus magic weapons on the Spyhorn Archers is probably the way to go. Until he comes back, I'm going to keep recruiting a mix though. I do still need a mix of lances and other guys. Could probably bring us down to 9 and get a scout out, because it's always important to keep scouting. So yeah, I mean, we've kept the Lemurians relatively contained. They can often end up with like 20 some provinces, but on the other hand, what it's meant is that the Erythraeans have 20 some provinces. So we need to kill them, but we can't, because all the ghosts were in a horrifically bloody conflict with. Right, so going into here, that's a lot of dust to dust, which is a good start, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Yeah, I think that's reasonable enough. Who knows how much they're going to fortify that with though. These guys can travel a really long way, so I might just be sending everyone to their death. But we shall see. We shall see. That's just busy work. Keep them where they are. At some point we need a scout in there. Right. So, in terms of priests, we need more priests, don't we? How and where are we going to get them out? Let's go to caretakers instead from there. At some point we really need, in fact, you know, I'll just do it on this guy, to transmute some more gold and bring this up to being a full fortress if possible. Slightly out of our control. If they just take it, then they take it, I suppose. And then over in Calum, probably need to swap from Harab Seraphim to caretakers there as well. Try and recall our god as soon as possible. Our bless is it's not really very tanked by it. We lose the regen aspect of it, but the rest, if you click on your temples, you can see the current bless effects. And I mean, it's still most of what it was. So that's on the positive side. On the negative side, I'm not entirely sure if the weapon blasters on ranged units being broken is fixed yet, because if the battle reports aren't lying, which they could be, but it doesn't seem from the numbers of casualties and so on that they are, if those are right, that the blasters being ineffectual, that's also part of the reason we're not doing so well in this war. So a bunch of mechanics have come together to not work at a pretty suboptimal time for us, that were working fine before, and should be again upon release as well, because we've been reporting this stuff pretty judiciously, so have no fear of that. I'm going to call the turn there, I think. In terms of mercs, I would love to have got the Iron Wizard. There's nowhere I can really go with Frodo Baggins's guys other than Erethae, and as much as I'd love to attack them, I really cannot be doing with another war on this front. But I do need more provinces, so I don't know, they're not making it easy not to attack them. Can these guys in here, do we think, take out heavy infant cav? No, not really. I cannot be doing with Narathan Fort on my border, so that Barbarian Lord is almost always going to be bought for that. This game's pretty screwed up because, like, I can't just keep attacking them if they're not going to. If the Erethaeans and Bogorussians are literally providing nothing to me, so because I'm just getting nothing out of it. So it may be the case that we have to, for a brief time, at the very least, do some attacks on the Erethaeans and get some provinces back, because these ones are like worth increasingly little gold. So that's the reason for that. And even once we push into here, right, it's got all these like shitty temple provinces. They're gonna have like 300-400 people in them, so 3 or 4 income, which is just a liability. And although they're really annoying to attack into for the Bogorussians especially, because they don't get much nature magic, it's not exactly impossible to do. And I mean, for the Erethaeans, they have their own nature mages, I believe. So, Rum Cove, Johnny, this game of Dominion. Sorry, I am being vague, but it's one of those. It's a somewhat crucial moment in the game, where our current strategy is really not paying off. This is, incidentally, the exact reason that games with Lemuria are in are horrible, and also Airmore. And yeah, as said before, this is why they're routinely banned over Something Awful, which is where I play, because the nation that ends up trying to keep them down, sometimes they just end up losing in a straight fight, which it appears we're beginning to do, because they've got like 6-7 places there just getting troops out for free, and we just can't attack into them anymore, because their population is so low that it's just a nightmare to fight them. And yeah, so you get to eat that, while the other factions get rich off the back of you, and then have a military which is capable of fighting an actual threat rather than just a million free spawn ghosts, which is a wholly different equation. Anyway, I'm going to stop whining and hit end turn. Thank you very much for watching and putting up with that. I hope to see you again. Goodbye.